Halo 2 is an amazing game and has always been a favorite of mine, but I've never actually beat it on Legendary. So this past weekend, I thought it would be a good idea to revisit the game and do a full game Legendary playthrough in one sitting. And at the same time, show you some of the speedrun tricks that I've learned over the years. And I thought, what's the worst that can happen? Halo 2 opens up with some of the best cutscenes in the entire trilogy. After watching the Arbiter get tortured, Master Chief has to defend him and his ship from an entire Covenant fleet. And bada bing bada boom, just like that, you're in and you can play. For this next section, you can do some easy platforming and get on top of this section here. Then all you have to do is just wait for the Covenant to come out of the door and simply drop past. What is bro doing? On this next section, you can do an easy jump and get on top of this roof here. Doing this will skip a few triggers and let you get to the end with just one red elite to fight. First death, it's all good.
I don't believe it! They're retreating! We won!
This next hangar fight is the hardest in the entire level. It took me so long to complete. In this next section, you can do a jump onto this thing and then another jump onto this roof. From there, you can take out these two grunts and get through this window with no problem. And with a few more noob combos, sticks, and back smacks, we're onto the final room. Alright, perfect. I'm almost done with this level. I just gotta kill this last elite. Are you And just like that, that's Cairo in 49 minutes. Yeah, I suck. Thankfully, this next mission, Outskirts, is way easier. I started off by banging my head, then doing a crouch jump to get on top of the roof. From there, I made sure to grab the skull, then do a crouch jump on this next section. And then from there, I was able to run across all the rooftops to where I had to do this grenade jump. And then from there, run all the way over to this next section, where I switched to anniversary graphics and I saw this. After that, you can do a little bit of easy platforming to get over to this next section of the roofs. And just like that, I was able to skip half the encounters in this entire level. The rest of this level is really easy. You just gotta gun it to the ghost down here, and then after that, it's pretty hard to die. Yeah, I'm getting off. And just like that, that's Outskirts in 15:36. Considering the time on my last level, that's pretty good. Next up, we have Metropolis. So for this level, you're meant to drive the tank across the bridge, but there's actually a warthog hidden in the back here. So I made sure to get the rocket passenger and another person on the back so I could easily drive through this entire bridge without having to die once. Now it's time to do something really stupid. Drive a warthog into a dark room and pray I don't die. Ah, shit. Fair enough. No, I need you on the gun. Get out. Yep, get on the back. Get on the back. Are you What is bro doing? I ended up getting stuck on this section because my warthog blew up, but I have a plan. For the rest of the Scarab fight, I pretty much just played it like some normal generic Halo. And after Johnson calling the Covenant mothers, that was Metropolis in 42:21. Not my best time, that's for sure. But next up, we have the level that confused everyone that skips cutscenes. For this first part, I pretty much just cloaked around, killed a few things, and made it to the end of the bridge. Hey, that's all you, man. After hunting a few heretics, I was able to open up this door and proceed with the level. Okay, I got my cloak on. I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna noob combo this guy. Yep, he's dead. Alright, perfect. There's the door for me to exit. Oh crap, there's a few of them. I'm all good. No, I'm not. Yeah, nope. Alright, now we're on to the final room. I pretty much just took my time clearing out everything and made it to the Banshee section, which I'm really not a fan of, so I'm just gonna do this. And there we go, that's Arbiter in 22:59. Now for some reason, my time actually continued on instead of resetting in the next mission, so we're just gonna have to take 22:59 off of my final time on the Oracle, which happens to be the next mission. This level terrified me as a kid. I like how in this game they use the flood kind of as a switch up instead of the main focus like they do in CE. But I think they could have done this level a little better. Not a fan of 5-minute elevator rides. Most of this level is pretty boring until the station starts free-falling. After watching the heretic leader secure himself in a safe room, it's our job to get him. Is that guy flying? After making my way up to the top of the elevator, I had to cut 3 cables to make the station freefall. After watching the Arbiter die, oh no, he's good. Now it's time to escape. This next section is great. I love the frantic feeling between running through these rooms and just killing everybody, maybe even yourself included. But now it's boss fight time. I really don't want to fight the heretic leader, and that's because, well, MLG Pro get destroyed first attempt, 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 48 seconds. Plus the 22:59 taken off, that is 40:89. That is still not good. The last level with the Oracle was weird and boring, but this next level is weird and cool. For this next section, you can do an easy jump and get on top of the map where you're not supposed to go. This lets you skip an entire encounter with the Covenant. From then on, it's pretty hard to die. As I was saying, you're meant to rocket that jackal sniper up there, then run to this specific spot to hit the checkpoint trigger, then run all the way back up the mountain to the next part. In this next section, you're meant to fight a bunch of Covenant to press a button that will activate a bridge, or you could just do this. If you time your grenade right, you should just be able to clear the gap. From then on, you want to drive your ghost in this specific path, hitting multiple different triggers. Once you make it down to this lower section, you've hit the trigger. From then on, you're meant to drive to this little gap, boost across here, come around this little gap, and then for this next bit, it's a little tricky, but if you hold space and boost at the same time, you should go over that. Don't flip your thing like I did, and then hold space again and boost, and you should be able to drive up the mountain. Once again, this is in an area where you're not supposed to be. Now, this next part's a little tricky, but pretty cool. You can actually drive parallel across the mountain just like I am here. Once you get to the end, you need to drop, but not super quickly, so you stay on this edge. And now it's time for a little jump. If you hit it perfectly, just like that, where you boost and then boost off a little bit, you should get it. This next section is a little tricky, but you need to load yourself into the jackal forest below and then drive back up along this cliff. And then it's pretty easy and hard to die unless you're an idiot. Ah, shit. And as long as you have a plasma pistol, this last section is really easy. And that's Delta Halo in 13 minutes exactly. Next up, we have Regret. Yay, more jackal snipers. How awesome. Now it's time for the 5-minute gondola ride. Once again, another enjoyment of this level. Now it's time to turn this box into a submarine, baby. This next section of the level, I hate. I don't know whose idea it was to put a bunch of jackal snipers in a dark room. And just like that, we're back in the water. And now back outside. And now back on another gondola. This Banshee was really pissing me off. I ended up getting stuck on this section for quite a few minutes and getting very, very frustrated.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
Oh my god, thank god. I thought that would never end. And finally, it's time for the Regret fight. So in order to kill him, you have to board him 5 different times, whilst multiple waves of honor guards are coming at you. Honestly, it only took me a few attempts to defeat him, and it wasn't that hard. And that's Regret in 1:28:45. I know, very, very long. Next up, we have Sacred Icon. The first part of this level is relatively easy, but once you make it to this part, you want to take out each power source as quickly as possible and then press the button. For this next section, you want to try and take out Big Guy as quickly as possible, because as soon as he dies, the doors will open, and that's your chance to make a break for it. The Halo 2 Flood are definitely the hardest in this game, so I pretty much just took my time taking out the Flood and working my way through the rest of the level. Now we're outside. The only hard part about this section is the holdout part at the end. I didn't really die, but it did take me a couple minutes. I think the audio director literally recorded his cat for that sound effect. And just like that, that's Sacred Icon in 37:08. Next up is Quarantine Zone, and if you're a fan of long gondola rides, then this level's for you. The level starts off with me grabbing a ghost and boosting past these guys. From then onwards, I pretty much just boost across this whole section here. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys know this, but if you get out of your ghost and then get back in it when cloaked, you'll be invisible for the rest of the duration of the cloak. I once again did some more easy driving, and now it's time for the long gondola ride. Thankfully, I know a trick. So if you walk to the back of the gondola, you can do some easy platforming and get into a spot where the Flood can't see you. So as long as you run all the way up this section here, and then keep going forward, then drop to this spot right here, the Flood will not be able to attack you. And now we wait, and wait some more, and even more. Until finally we can get off the gondola and say goodbye to this horrible level. And now it's time for the best team up in Halo, Johnson and the Arbiter. Are they gonna kiss? And that's Quarantine Zone in 14:51, not bad. And now it's time for Gravemind, the best level in the... Gravemind, the hardest level in the game. You can make your life a lot easier by doing this jump and getting up here. Gravemind is a really hard level, so I pretty much just took my time with each section. Oh, you fuck! I then made it to the grav lift, which wasn't too hard, I just did something like this. Hard, yet simple enough. I then saved one set of Marines, and another. Now that we're outside, if you want to make your life easy, you can run to this far side over here and get on top of these roots. And then from there, jump on this outer perimeter. This will then allow you to run the rest of the distance without having to worry about any Covenant encounters. For this next section, you can do some more outskirts running like I do here, skipping multiple waves. Once you make it back outside, you can do another jump to this thing here and then another jump on top of these roots. You can then go all the way around the left side, skipping more enemy encounters. With this final section with the stealth elites and the hunters, it took me quite a few attempts, but I just plasma pistoled my way across and killed everything in my path. And that's Gravemind in 1:03:39. And if you liked Master Chief, that was the last you're going to be seeing of him, because his next 2 final levels are played by the Arbiter. So Uprising's actually a pretty easy level to skip a lot of the sections on. There's also a glitch that I take advantage of throughout this level, which is called head glitching, where if you stick your head into a wall, the enemies won't be able to see you because they only shoot you if they see your head. This next section is really easy as well. You just got to do a simple jump here, then run past these grunts all the way to where the jackals spawn, then cloak past them. From then on, I did some more cloaked jumping, skipping enemies, and then when I got into a bit of a sticky situation here, I stuck my head in the wall and I was completely safe. And just like that, we're outside again. So straight away, I press my cloak, then run over to this cliff edge here where I put my head in this wall, waited for cloak. I then moved across the wall and then got to a specific spot where I did a crouch jump and got on top of the map where you're not supposed to go. From then onwards, I ran all the way across the top of this mountain where I hit the level end trigger. And that's Uprising in 7:37, the fastest time so far. And now it's time for the final level, the Great Journey. And if you like cool tricks, then this level's full of them. The level starts off with me hijacking this ghost, then driving all the way around to where the scarab is. Then if you drive up to the door, then drive all the way back, all the enemies would be despawned and the door will open. I then made my way to this section here where I slowly took out enemies. I'm like, how did that stick? All right, now it's time for the section where there's a million jackals. It's all good. I'm just going to use my cloak. How did they see me? I then made my way to this terrible room, which took me quite a few attempts. After saving Johnson, if you quickly skip the cutscene and then turn around and run all the way back through those rooms where you just came from, then run back out to where the scarab is, it'll despawn a few Banshee pilots, which will allow you to fly all the way to the end where you can do another trick. Once in the Banshee, you want to fly to this specific location over here, park the Banshee, then wait for the scarab to blow open the doors. Once the doors have been blown open, this is your chance to drop down here and then be teleported into the final room. And now it's boss fight time. In the boss fight, you actually do the most damage with dual red plasma pistols. So after waiting for Johnson to take down his shields, you want to go all in as many times as you can. Alright, cool. He's about to die. I can finally be done with this boss fight. Never mind. I'm actually too good. Get absolutely obliterated. MLG Pro right here. Get destroyed. First attempt. What is she, Superman? And that's the end of Halo 2. The game closes with Master Chief saying this line.
This is Spartan 117.
Can anyone hear me? Over.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
And just like that, that's Halo 2 Legendary. If you want to see me put myself through the pain of Halo CE or Halo 3, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.